Welcome to my new house. It's been quite a project, but we're here, or at least we're getting here, and hopefully we'll be moved in a few months. In the meantime, welcome. So let me put all of this into context. A lot of you have been very curious about what I've been up to with all the different moves and stuff like that. So this will hopefully be the culmination of that. To take you back almost a year, Hurricane Irma hit. We evacuated from Florida. Our house got damaged, our roof got damaged, and we drove across country and we rented a temporary home in Oregon, about 40 minutes north of here. At that point, we got the house, the roof fixed, and we sold the house and we moved our stuff out here. But we've been spending the past bunch of months house hunting, trying to find someplace that we like, that meets all our needs, that has like a work area and all those sorts of things so that I can do what I do for you guys. And we think this house is it. It's a really interesting house, but it does need a lot of work. We've been working on it now for a couple months. We expect to have 2, 3, 4 months more of work to do before we can physically move in, but we're getting there. So that's what's going on, and it's really exciting. We have sold the old house, we have bought a new house, and hopefully we'll be in there. Over the next couple of videos, I'm going to show you some of the systems and smart systems I'm putting into here. I will show you the old workshop and the temporary studio I set up in the temporary rental house so that I could keep doing my job even though things were in transition. And then eventually, of course, once everything's set up here, I will show you that as well. So there we are. Let's continue our tour of the new house. It's got a pretty interesting carport, which is kind of interesting. It's got this EV charger attached to it. Now I drive a muscle car, a gas guzzling muscle car, which I don't use much gas because I work from home. So we have an EV charger, no EV car, but it'll be interesting. So this will eventually be the workshop. And this is different from the kinds of workshops I've had in the past, because in my previous places, I had to have the 3D printing stuff in the same space as the sort of garage workshop area, which meant that things like sawdust and stuff like that couldn't intermix. The idea here, this is smaller than my previous workshops by a relatively measurable amount, but the idea is that this is going to be a dirty workshop. In other words, it'll have sawdust, it'll have materials, it might have metal work, it might have that sort of stuff, and the 3D printers are going to be in their own separate room, which I'm calling the Fab Lab. Right now, the garage door is screwed shut. I got to get that thing replaced. We've just finished drywalling and insulating so that hopefully during the winter and summer, this place will be moderately tolerable to work in. There's no lights here, so you're looking at reflected light from outside. And we're getting rid of the windows on the garage doors so that we have a better R value for insulation in this room. But it's getting there. This little room is what I'm tentatively calling the Fab Lab, for fabrication laboratory. And it's where the 3D printers are going to be. I'm hoping to have them along this whole wall here, each hopefully on its own cart so I can pull it out and exchange filament on the back of the cart, things like that. I'm hoping to continue to use these shelves for storage. And this has a window, which means that if I get a laser cutter or something that needs ventilation, I can vent right out the window. So I've got that as an advantage in this space as well. So hopefully this should be a neat little room for the 3D printers. Stay tuned. So this is going to be interesting. I'm thinking that this is where the studio part will be. The green screen will be here and I can use this as a nice backdrop. I'm thinking that this spot along the wall is where my desk is going to be. And what's kind of interesting, this is one of the heaters that was here. The whole house on this side had just electric heaters, no actual heat or cooling in the house whatsoever. But now this room, it's 90 some odd degrees outside, which is why I'm a little bit out of breath. And it's really comfortable up here. So the AC is working in concert with the Nest, which is kind of nice. Oddly enough, this upstairs room comes with a wet bar, or at least a sink. And there's a mini fridge over there. So you know what that means. There's going to be a coffee maker here and some milk down there. And I'll be able to have coffee up here without having to go downstairs to get coffee all the time, which is kind of sweet. And I'll just hand hold this for a second, just let you see the view out there, because it's kind of pretty out there, huh? Look at that, isn't that pretty? And then out this way, all those trees. So hopefully I'm not going to have to close off these windows too much because it's just a really pretty view. It's really exciting, I got to tell you. This is really exciting. It's a small historic town in Oregon. I've never lived in a small town. I've never lived in a historic town. So this is really exciting. So stay tuned.